everyone. Bienvenidos a la Copa America. Cue la gozadera, you know. We're here talking about Copa America. As you may have already seen our video on the Euros. If you haven't, description below.
Check that out. Check that out.
Check it out. Anyways, with the Copa America coming around the corner, we're just gonna have a quick chat about it. Talk about a little bit about the teams to look at, maybe a few here underdogs to take a look at it, and specifically, the Golden Boot scores. So let's a little quick. There's a lot of news going around about this cup. It's kind of a mess. It was about to be done in Argentina and Colombia. Unfortunately, because of social unrest in Colombia, it's not going to happen. Because of pandemic, it's not going to happen in Argentina either. It got moved to Brazil, which begs another drama. Casemiro, I think it was, that came out saying that they're not keen on playing. They're actually against it, which if they actually don't play, it's going to be an interesting cup. Yeah. So, look, before I say my piece, I'd like to throw it over. Let's go Dan. Dan, who do you think is going to, the team to watch? Who do you think is going to take it? Go ahead.
It's really difficult because in the Copa America you have the really strong teams and then you have quite weak teams as well. I'm picking between Argentina and Brazil, so I have those two both top of the groups. I'm gonna go with Argentina unless David Luiz and Willian are playing for Brazil. So I think Argentina are gonna win purely because they have the strike force to do it. I know Argentina have not been good, even though Messi plays when it comes to World Cups and Copa Americas. But when you have Aguero, Higuain, you also have Messi, Di Maria. It's a really strong attacking force, and I just don't see them losing. A lot of Brazil's players are aging now. They do still have players like Neymar, but a lot of their core players are aging now. So I'm going to pick Argentina. I think they're the strongest. They just have the most talented players on their roster. So Argentina to win the entire thing.
Excellent. What do you think, Omar?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dan hit all the right points. A part of me was tempted to go with Uruguay. I think they have a lot of players across different leagues that have done really well. Obviously, Suarez kind of led Atletico to a title this year, along with Jose Jimenez at the back. But I mean, just in terms of a all-rounded team, with I think more importantly something to prove. I think Argentina takes it. So I agree with Dan in that regard.
Excellent. Seb, the last man standing.
So I'm in a bit of a pickle because I was going to say Brazil. The only problem is, obviously, there's been a lot in the news recently. You sort of touched on it. They've had to move the tournament several places. And then over the last few days, there's been reports that a lot of the Brazil players are actually going to refuse to play and they could pull out of the tournament.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a mess. I think if the squad is actually there, then I think Brazil will take it. I think that their depth is greater than Argentina's. I think from front to back, I've got to start with my boy Alisson in goal, one of the greatest goal-scoring goalkeepers known to man. But I mean, even if he's not playing, you've got Edison back there. They've just got an embarrassment of riches going forward. I mean, you don't even have to start at Neymar. I just think they've got more to offer going forward, and I think they're a bit more solid going back than Argentina. I think that's where they're a bit weaker. So if everyone turns up, I will go for Brazil.
Fair enough. Well, look, if you like goalkeeper scores, go take a look at Chilavert's career. Paraguayan's old school goalkeeper, insane to look at.
I will go and have a look at that.
Absolutely. My pick. I'm wearing it. I have to, kind of like what that did with Scotland. But I'm actually with some arguments. It could happen. I mean, our generation's getting old, but we just started with a new coach, Lasarte, and he brought in a ton of the players that actually won the two Copa Americas already. You could see it even with Argentina the day. 2 days ago, yesterday, I don't remember. We had a good team, and we had the stars aside from Vidal. That was the only one missing. But Lasarte is here to win, and I know a ton of the ideas. Try the new players, but we want to win if this generation's getting old. So yeah. The only obstacle I see would be maybe Uruguay and Brazil. Again, if Brazil players don't play, it'll be a
Wanna
bit
change
easier
things,
there.
yeah.
But I do generally believe that Chile can take a third one soon here. As long as we don't have to play Brazil in the first round after the freaking group stage.
Yeah. Hey, you have
Anyway,
Alexis Sanchez. Anything can happen. That man's insane.
yeah, exactly. And Gary Medel, man, Gary Medel is one of the best players in the freaking world.
That man will kill you. That man
What a
will kill
beast.
you, and he won't even
the
care.
Pitbull. The Pitbull.
This man also play.
Yeah.
Hear me.
So look, if these players stay healthy, if Vidal stops being a bit reckless, and just keeps to his, just stay straight, man. We'll be able to to actually have a great decent team. We tied against Argentina. We'll see how we do against Bolivia. So anyway, to look at quick, maybe some teams to look at, maybe one or two teams that you guys think could be kind of an underdog idea. Not too much to expand, just a couple country names. What do you guys think?
I was having a look at Colombia as well.
what I was gonna pick.
Mainly for their striking options. Muriel has had another great season in Serie A, and they've got Zapata as well. They also have Cuadrado. I can't quite say it as well as I can't quite say it. As well as who was actually the leader in Champions League assists. He's actually had quite a good season, so I think if anyone's going to sort of surprise some people,
Yep.
maybe Colombia.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Is James Rodriguez playing for Colombia?
He's not playing.
No, he's not
I don't think
playing.
he's
Then that might put them definitely as underdogs, because that makes a huge difference. If you look at the way he played for Everton when they had James Rodriguez on the field versus when they didn't have James Rodriguez on the field, it is like a winning team versus a losing team. So I assume Colombia, he would be one of the biggest playmakers and stars there. So I would put them as definitely an underdog now, and I would agree with Seb, yeah.
Absolutely. And sorry, go ahead, Omar.
No, just agreeing.
Excellent. So yeah, no, just to add on that, Colombia is also one of the teams, kind of like Chile, that they're trying a new head coach. So
Yep.
it definitely brings in the underdogness. I will say their coach was our coach not too long ago, and it did not work for us.
Ooh.
But he's from there. He's Colombian, and look, the first game they did, it was a 3-0 against Peru. I believe it was two days ago. So look, I mean, if they can do it for my family, that's great.
Yeah.
But if they're against Chile, man, it's tough.
They also, one other guy I just want to shout out on Colombia as well, Alzate, who plays for Brighton, who's actually had a really solid season for them, and he's only like 22, so he could be a bit of a bright spark as well.
Excellent.
Nice.
Perfect. And then another team that's just always they always come up in professional and very competitive games is Paraguay. So that's a nice team to look at. They've always been strong. It's kind of like they're always silently winning.
Right.
So it's really nice to see. Anyway, what about Golden Boot, guys? I'll start it off. I believe I don't think it's not in Chile, not in Brazil, not in Argentina. I think it's Cavani. He's had a freaking amazing year at United. So Uruguay is a scoring team. I mean, you lose to them 3-1, 4-1. They're so high paced. It's so nice to see them play. It's so fast paced. I love it.
Yeah.
Hate losing to them, but they're a great team to watch. So I do think Cavani's gonna take that golden boot. What do you guys think? What about you, Seb?
I also think it's going to be Uruguayan, but I do not think it's going to be Cavani. I think it's going to be my boy Luis Suarez, who's just won
That's a good pick.
Atletico Madrid, another La Liga title, another great season from him. How Barcelona just let him walk away, I think, is madness, absolute madness. And then they go and sign Aguero instead, who's the same age as him.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and is always injured.
Yeah, mad. But yeah, I'm going to go with Luis Suarez.
Yeah, good pick, fantastic pick. I'm gonna go with the same as Gabo. I'm gonna go with Cavani. He has been rested a lot by Manchester United. He didn't start too many games. A lot of the times he came on as a sub. He's not worn down, and when he did come on as a sub, he would score a goal or three. He is a fantastic. If there is one striker in the world that you should watch as like a kid and learn from, I'd say Edison
That
Cavani.
movement. Woo.
It's just yeah. I don't know why he didn't come to England earlier. I don't know why he's never played for Real Madrid or Barcelona, one of the best European strikers, or strikers in Europe, should I say, because he's not European. Ever.
He suits the Premier League so well.
Yeah,
well.
He's one of those players where you don't. He looks like he's not part of the game, and he comes out of nowhere and catches the entire defense off because he's an old guy, and he comes bolting in and just scores like there's no one there. It's insane what he does. So I'm going Cavani. Yeah.
Like, does something out of the blue, and he just bags in the goals like so unexpectedly.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I kind of understand everyone's perspective, but as much as I hate to admit it, because I'm on the other side of the conversation, but to me, it's Lionel Messi. I mean, the guy is still an elite player. He's playing with
the GOAT.
He's not. I mean, to me, to me, he's not. So it pains me even more to put him up for anything. But to me, I mean, the guy, if he wants to be in the conversation, even in the conversation for Ballon d'Or, this is his best shot, because Barcelona didn't do anything in the Champions League. They didn't win the league. His performances are always elite. Like for Messi standard, he was still very good. But if he really wants to put himself back in that conversation, at least, I don't think he'll ever win it, but just at least be kind of in the top 5, he needs to have a good tournament to be talked about. So to me, it's Lionel Messi.
Still scored 30 goals. Just no one's
Quietly.
really talked about it.
Yeah. It's a quiet 30 goals.
All right, perfect. That's excellent, guys. I'm just gonna wrap it up with a quick yes or no question. Do you guys think in the next 2022 World Cup, will the World Cup come back to the Americas? Yes or no? Omar.
I think no. I think it's a bit too late. I think there's been so much noise, and there's been so much investment been made to make this possible in the Middle East. If you had asked me maybe last year, I would have said there's a potential, but I think it's a little too late.
I think he means the winning of the World Cup, not as in moving the World Cup itself.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you think the winner of the World Cup will be, either Brazil, Argentina, like America's guy?
Yeah, just cut that. Let's ask again. So yeah, I mean, I think as much as you want to have a non-European team to win the World Cup, just because you want a bit more excitement, national European football is at probably the highest it's ever been. You got France, you got Belgium, you got England, you got Scotland, you got the Netherlands. There's so many different powerhouses in Europe that are just building both current and young talent coming through the kind of pipeline. It's very hard to see a non-European team win the World Cup. Honestly, for at least the next decade. I would say for at least the next 3 World Cups.
Excellent.
I don't know what else thinks.
What do you think, Dan?
I think South American teams are fantastic to watch. I love the style of play and how they play football, but I just don't see them beating the likes of Belgium, Spain, France, Germany, like Omar said. They're just too well drilled. I think the competition in Europe is much greater than that of South America. And I think that the teams are just more complete in Europe. A lot of the South American teams have holes in their team, if you will, whereas with if you take a look at France and England and Belgium, there's a lot of players that could very well be on the squad but aren't going to be in the squad because it's just so packed full of fantastic players. Spain's another one where you look at Premier League players not being in the Spanish team because it's just packed full of fantastic players. So I think Europe's just too strong an area, continent for South America at the moment.
Perfect. And just to wrap it up, Seb, what do you think? Yes or no?
I don't know. I think if anyone's going to do it, I think it's going to be Brazil. I still think they're the best of the South American teams. I still think they have, like you said when we talk about Scotland, once you get to the knockout games, it goes to either a one goal win or a penalty shootout or something like that. Yeah. Brazil still have game winners, your Neymars, those sorts of players that can just change things sort of in an instant. So I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. You know what? I'll say yes to be different. You know what? Yes.
Yes.
I think
Wow.
yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they could. I think they could.
Yeah, no, I asked the question knowing very well the answer was going to be no. I think it stays in Europe, so hopefully they do. Hopefully Brazil brings it back. Hopefully not Argentina. Never mind. But yeah, no. I mean, it's gonna be insane. And look, we'll talk about this probably closer to the World Cup. So hopefully we'll see you guys there.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed hearing us ramble about sports, check out our socials in the description below. For more content, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys around later.